Whistle Watch is back for a brand new season, just in time for the Rugby World Cup as well. Now then, in the Barris World Cup game, we had a Mark Talia tap and go. Now, Tom Foley comes in here and tells Wayne Barnes that there's been a knock-on, but quite rightly so, and this was very, very well explained and dealt with by the referee. There was not a knock-on. The ball is dead. So until the player actually taps the ball is not back in play. So the fact that the ball had gone forward before the foot has touched it means that there was no knock-on. But when you take a tap and go, you must propel the ball a distance and there must be space between the ball and the hands. So you just can't hold the ball in your hands, tap it with the foot. The ball has to leave the hands, tapped by the foot, and then gathered by the hands. So in this instance here, we don't have a legal tap and go. And if you have a tap and go that is not taken correctly, or a free kick that is not tapped and go and taken correctly, then it results in a scrum to the opposition team. So a great explanation here by the referee and the correct outcome. Right, let's have a look at the korobiti tackle on Talia. What makes this probably contribute you thinking, is this tackle legal or not, is the way the player sort of goes up in the air and the way that he lands. He doesn't land too dangerously, but what we have is a legal tackle, a good, low, powerful tackle. And because the ball carrier is now also running forward at speed, and the tackle is legal, we have the speed and the dynamics of the tackle, which makes him thrust himself forward in that type of what looks like could be foul play, but there is not. The tackle is perfectly legal. Again, here we don't have foul play, and we quite rightly so have play on. Right, another one that was quite interesting was the Scott Barrett tackle on McDermott in the Barris World Cup game as well. Nothing illegal at all wrong with it. He's committed, he's low, he's powerful, and a great knowledge of the laws here as well. He's got his timing perfect. So, if the ball was in the air in the line out and is caught and is still in the hands of the player, Barrett must stay onside. It's only when the ball leaves the hands of the catcher, so once it's tapped, once he taps that ball, it leaves his hands on the tap, then Barrett can come through and tackle the player who will then receive the ball. What he can't do is he can't tackle him early, he can't tackle him late after the ball has been gone. So we have Barrett committed, his tackle is eagle, is slow, is powerful, but it is all legal, and also great knowledge of the law as well by Barrett, knowing that when the ball does leave the hand, he can then come through to either try and catch the ball or tackle a player who will get the ball. So, great hit, great timing, all legal. And that's it for Whistle Watch. Some interesting ones there for you, and I hope they've helped you with your understanding of the laws of the game. Now, my favourite part of the week, I'm not sure if it is yours, but is answering your Emirates Fan Questions. And let's start off with, is a referee allowed to consider height disparity between two players in contact when considering mitigation as part of foul play situation? And that's a very, very interesting one. It would come into your sort of thought process by determining the different height, meaning that, well, look, this player is really tall, this player is really short, and he did all he could to get as low as he possibly could, but ultimately he has to decide, did you make a genuine attempt to go as low as you could to tackle a player? If that player happens to be much shorter than you, then I'm afraid you need to get lower. Hitting him high because he's shorter will not be an excuse. What did you make of the 16th player during the Scotland versus Italy game? When people usually mention the 16th player, they usually mean the referee, but I'm glad to hear or see here that you mean the seagull that wouldn't leave the pitch. Is it a rule about animals affecting play? So let's say a player is going to score a try, and a seagull, or a dog, or a cat, or an elephant runs on the field and prevents that player scoring a try. The referee then will look at it and will decide, well, if it wasn't for that dog, or that elephant, or that cat, or that seagull, that player would have probably scored the try, then the referee would award the try. With a 50-22, does the ball have to bounce in the 22, not just go out there, i.e. bouncing outside the 22 and then being given when out between the 22 and the try line? Right, so with a 50-22 is, you kick from within your own half. The ball then must land in the opposition's 22 and then travel into touch afterwards. So if it lands outside the opposition 22 and then goes into touch, then it's not a 50-22. And that's it. Thanks for your Emirates Fans Questions. Some very interesting ones there this week. Keep them coming. I look forward to answering them next week as well. Right, referees will be able to trial new refereeing innovations during the warm-up games, which also then carry on into the World Cup. Now, the key things about this, it gives the referees more support in the decision making and also helps speed up the game as well during test matches. So let's go through them. Foul play review officer, i.e. the bunker. When you have foul play in the game, the referee will look at it on the screen. He then will decide what the sanction is. So if he thinks it's a yellow card, he'll send the player off with the yellow card and he will then send it to the bunker to review. So the bunker has 8 minutes then to review that decision. Now what this does, it prevents the referee having to spend 3 or 4 minutes on the field of the game on stop. Foul play review officer will then have the 8 minutes to decide, yes, it is a yellow card, or he will say, well, look, no, this needs to be red, so we're upgrading it to a red, and then the player stays off. But the key thing is here, the referee still can give the red card if he feels that that foul play warranted a red card at the time. It'll then go to the bunker, and then if the bunker decides, yes, it is a red card, it'll stay off, or he'll say, well, look, actually, no, we've reviewed it and it should be a yellow, then the player will come back on. But the referee still can make that decision by looking at it at the screen. The next innovation is the Hawkeye. Now the Hawkeye is the independent video replay operator, which will provide further accuracy in the decision making. So they have the technology to look at all different angles, slow it down, zoom it in, so it'll help the referee with getting the best possible vision and technology to arrive at the decision and help with the accuracy. The shot clock. Now, a kicker has 60 seconds to take a penalty. He also has 90 seconds to take a conversion after the try is awarded, and you have 30 seconds to set up the scrum. So what the shot clock will do, it'll actually be there for everybody to know how much time is left. So it means that kickers won't go over the timing. Scrum setups can be sped up a little bit as well, so it'll help with, again, the speed of the game. RefCam. Now, I wasn't a big fan of RefCam because it is a couple of kilos extra to carry around the field, and I was always carrying a few too many of them. What the RefCam will be on the referee's chest here, and it'll just give you a total different perspective of the game. So imagine if I am looking at something, so I'm looking at you now, my RefCam is looking at you as well. So the camera angle that you may be seeing at home, may be looking at it from a different direction, so it gives a perspective of exactly what the referee is seeing. Now, the only thing that it can't do is, if the referee is looking over there, then obviously just bear in mind he's not seeing what the RefCam is seeing, and vice versa as well. There you are. Those are the few innovations which I hope will be good for the game and will speed up the game, contribute to you enjoying the game and helping the referees arrive at accurate and consistent decisions. Well, that's it, but that's just the start of a very busy Whistle Watch during the upcoming rugby season. Don't forget, send in your Emirates Fans Questions and lots of rugby to come as well. See you soon.